is Gilbert and I am an entrepreneur. My business is Paradox Unlimited Company. What I do is I design my own brand name clothing and I sell them online. Currently I have my own site up. It's been up since last summer. And it's graphic art, all uniquely designed, that I have a team. Me and my friends, we produce them, design them and sell them online. I started with t-shirts because to grow a business, that's the simplest and most easiest way for a brand name clothing company to grow. When you go off into jeans, jackets and everything, it gets real complicated, real difficult and real expensive real quick. Now, brand building is very difficult in a business, especially there's no emotional attachment to me or my company, and I am definitely not a celebrity. So to get my product moving and to get my product selling, it's a lot of work. Currently, my biggest challenge is marketing because I'm in school full-time and then I work full-time, and then the time to dedicate to the business is not always there. But so far, word of mouth have me breaking even, which is not bad because until I get the time to put in it, it's where I want to be. It's nothing new about t-shirt or the clothing industry. Most manufacturers set the trend of what's out, and then you have a few companies that really design their own pieces. Most of the jackets are already pre-manufactured, and a few companies that take them, edit them, and do stuff to them. But I'm hoping that with my brand, what sets it apart is the uniqueness of the design, for one, and two, how it's delivered to the public. If everybody I think is like me, they all want to look unique. So what I do is there's several ways to display graphic art on t-shirt. You could, most simplest is heat transfer, embroidery, you could do patches. I try to use, not all, but a mixture of each of the methods to create that unique look, depending on what the design is. So whether it's I heat transfer it on, or I use glitter or bedazzler or make patches, I try to use a little piece in every design to make that design unique. Currently on my site, starting from the basic, I only do heat transfer. A lot of my friends who know that I do the extra pieces to it, which cost more each addition, if I'm able to get their pictures up, you'll see different designs with the graphic, with the spikes, everything. This is my site. That's my logo. As you can tell, this is one of my earliest production on my shirt that I did. I put the design on the back, just so when I'm promoting or I'm out there, you know, you gotta wear your own brand. I have a friend of mine who is an artist, two friends of mine actually who are artists, that this is more their designs. Basically, they have a lot of artwork that they have littered all over the place, a lot of scrapbooks. And I went in one day and I said, wow, I'm gonna use all this. And they said, to do what? I said, listen, I'm gonna start a business, you're gonna give me your artwork, and I'm gonna give you a percentage of the yearly profits. And that's how conceptually it started. They do artworks, they send them to me every time in their spare time or whatever, and I put them up. I get them digitized. That in itself is a whole lot of money, because most of these artworks that you see, it's just a snippet of a bigger, more intricate artwork. What I did was, for one shirt, I took just the horse alone and sold the shirt at a cheaper price than if I was to do the whole shirt. Or I'll take the skull with the flowers alone. You know, I do things like that to the artwork. And yeah. That's my business.
Okay, hi guys. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of background of how like I got into like the core business, which I don't know anything about, frankly. Okay, I was freelancing in makeup, hair, beauty, skincare since I was 16. So when I got into that, it was taking off like really well in the beginning because I was doing it community-wise and people didn't really need a license for you to like work for them. Like I would do it for cheaper, so people were really interested. When I wanted to get into a salon and start freelancing, like rent my own chair, they were like, okay, show me a license. And I was like, a what? They're like, yeah, you need a license to work here. And I was like, okay. So I went into looking into that. You have to go to cosmetology school, obviously. And that was asking for 25 grand out of my pocket. 25 grand that I don't have. I have 25 pennies, and that didn't work. So I told my mom, and my brother overheard the conversation. He told me, you know what, his friend ran a dealership, but he does auction. He runs auction cars. He has an auctioneer's license, and he goes into the auction and he gets a car and then he'll sell it on a one-to-one basis with someone else. So for people who are buying their first car, it was more economically conscious for them to buy a used car than to go out and get a new car, especially like Joe was talking about credit, and a lot of teenagers don't have credit, a lot of young adults don't have credit, and it was really economically conscious for them to buy a used car. So we would go into the auctioneer's place. He would like buy the car. He knows like what a 6-cylinder is and 8-cylinder is. I don't know what the heck that is. I actually thought that you can remove an 8-cylinder and make it a 6-cylinder. You can't do that. And he did that. He was like, okay, so how are we gonna like promote ourselves? I actually was the idea behind it of going online, Craigslist, and what we want to try to bring out in the next couple of months is video. A lot of new cars, they could do like a test run and then, you know, the commercial of like the new Lexus or the BMW. But used cars don't have that ability. And you want to know that when you're buying a used car, it's not like buyer beware. You want to know that you can actually buy a car that you can trust and that you won't have to take to a mechanic every month. So that's how we started that. I'm actually getting into the fact that I could actually go into beauty school. So I'm getting there. And what I found in the basis of the beauty industry and the car industry, the both of them, even though they're two separate mediums, is that people like to feel that they are important. When they're buying from you, they want to feel like they're buying from you and not the company itself. When I was doing makeup, when I was doing hair, I made one client. If I had like 10 clientele, that one client was my basis for that project. She was my base. Yeah, she was my sales agent, and she was my important person right now. I didn't care about anyone else, and I made her feel that way. I made her feel that her dollar really counted for me. Like that was paying my rent, that was paying my bills, and I love you for coming to me. And she really felt that way, and that allowed them word of mouth. When they can get the intimate experience, whether they're buying a car or whether they're buying your service as makeup, even the video saying that if you can make it a one-to-one basis and a personal experience, then that's what you're buying. They're buying you more so than your idea. Even if your idea is made already and it's already created, if you can sell yourself, then that's where it comes from, and that's what I'm hoping to do.
My name is Farida, and I guess what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is hookah. How many of you guys know what a hookah is? Yay! Did any of you actually try hookah? Perfect, I love it, I love it. So my dad opened up a hookah lounge in 2005, 2006. I was like, Dad, you're crazy. No one's gonna smoke hookah. Nobody even knows what a hookah is. And then he was like, you know what, you're right, but let's start small. And he opened up in a predominantly Middle Eastern neighborhood because it's a Middle Eastern thing. And it went really great. He's still open, it's a small hookah lounge, and we have a lot of people now. We have people from like all around the world. They'll have relatives over and they'll come. I met French people, I met Italians. I was like, wow, this thing is really picking up. I helped my father. I would run the business with him. His best friend actually has a hookah lounge in the city. When I was running it with him, I noticed there is a lack of customer satisfaction from hookah lounge owners, meaning there are vendors who provide the supplies for hookahs, but it's very small, the amount of people who are actually supplying these hookah places, and I'll tell you why. Two reasons. First reason is to buy these hookah supplies, you really need to know where it's coming from. And if you're an outsider, you really can't get the supplies unless China figures it out. That's the only way for someone who's an outsider to really get it. So as of right now, it's really an untouched market. And I've noticed it's very horrible. They don't run it as a business, they run it as a job. meaning they'll deliver your supplies, but you'll get it weekly. So say I ran out of, I don't know, apple flavor. What do? Well, you're out of luck. You have to wait till next week. What a lot of hookah lounges do is they'll call each other up. Hey, I ran out of this. Can you please help me? Next week, I'll give it to you back. And that's what they do. And I'm a firm believer that if your customer, hookah lounge owners, and your workers are happy, honestly, the profit will come afterwards. I believe that 100%. And she said something. You truly, in any business, whatever it is, if your customer is happy, you will make money afterwards. Don't think of the profit, think of the profit the last thing. I noticed, and I ran the business, my father actually had to leave, and I ran the business for 2 months, and I realized they're inconsistent, they only come once a week. There's really no discounts, hey, you know, you're a loyal customer, come to me, nothing like this. If the price is raised, whatever place they get it from, they raise it on us, which really doesn't make sense. And I'll tell you why. I'll give you a little secret, but don't steal my idea, please. So like, you get the hookah supplies predominantly from Egypt. If you convert $1 in Egypt, that's 675 pounds. So you're not really getting supplies for $1. The merchandise, you're not paying $1 for. You're paying 675 for. So you're, from $1, you're getting 6 times the worth. So if you're really making profit, why don't you put your customers at a high pedestal and make them happy? They don't have that. And you know why they don't have that? Because the 3 or 4 vendors, I can literally count you how many vendors there are here. They know that. They know that I'm the wall, I am the middleman. Without me, you guys are really screwed. So that's not how you run a business. Someone will come and someone will take your idea. I asked my dad. I was like, Dad, and I asked his best friend as well, what you guys don't like. I grew up in this business, I loved it. I just don't see myself running a hookah lounge. It's too much of a headache. But I love the whole idea of it and how it's like picking up from one state to the other. I went to Pennsylvania 2 weeks ago, they have a hookah lounge. I was like, wait, what? Pennsylvania? Okay. So I really love the idea, but you always have to start small. So I told my dad, what is it that you don't like? First of all, they don't have contracts, so it's a free market. Beautiful. He's like, well, I hate the fact that they only come weekly. I hate the fact that a lot of times the merchandise will be broken or there'll be problems in it. And if we call them, they'll come a week later. We really don't want that. That's not how you run a business. I said, well, what else don't you like? His best friend also told me, I don't feel like a customer. I feel like they're throwing me the stuff that I want and that's it. I don't get a 20% discount. I don't get anything. It's like, it's unbelievable. And I've noticed it. When I ran the business, I did notice it and it's unbelievable. So why not take it and make it better? Make your customers happy. Look at Apple, for instance. I bought a Mac for $1,400. They're making a lot of revenue. Yes, their software is great, but if you're not happy, if there's no customer satisfaction, you're gonna leave. Believe it or not, it does affect your business. If your customer is happy, without a contract, that customer will stay loyal to you. Because if you make them feel like you are the one for me, and I'm the one for you, that's it. That really, it's one of the things that you need to run a business. And that's what I've noticed in the business world. I want to take that, make it better, innovate on it, make people feel like, you know what, this is your business, I'm here for you. You're not here for me. And that's how it's run right now. And a lot of times, I think right now there is 3 to 4 websites where you can buy hookah online, hookah supplies, hookah products, but the prices isn't like what the vendors give to normal people because, well, you're buying wholesale, so I'm gonna give you a better price. It's not really a good price. Why not give them something, for example, give them something for free? A hookah pipe, I don't know if you guys know, you'll pay $90 to buy it. Give it to them for free. They're going to need tobacco to supply that hookah pipe. You will be making your $90 sooner or later. But that customer is happy, he's satisfied or she's satisfied. Right now they incorporated alcohol into hookah. Like instead of the water, they'll put like a shot of whatever. I'm like, this is cool, like, you know? So why not take it and innovate and work on it? And I guess that's my business, guys. One more sector of it is the target. Who they're targeting right now is very small. They're targeting hookah lounges. They don't really have a market for normal people like you and I. We get a lot of customers who, you know, sometimes smoke at home and they're like, can we buy tobacco? New York state law does not allow hookah lounges to sell off tobacco. But so if I'm a vendor, why wouldn't I supply these regular people? It's not going to take away from the hookah lounge because there's a certain atmosphere in hookah lounges. That's why people go. Friends, whatever it is. So even though there are websites, because they buy from a middleman, the price is still too high, and I firmly believe it's too high. comparing to what I've seen the price truthfully should be and running, you know, the charts and everything, you guys are being ripped off, whoever smokes hookah. So why? Why run a business on that? You know, making it better, making the customer happy, it'll make a business thrive.
So let's fine-tune this, right? We've
Yes.
heard this now for a while. Farida's emailed me quite a few times. She's passionate about this,
Yeah.
which is why I wanted her to talk. Next week is no school on a Monday schedule, but you know, we have all semester to help you find your passion and
Yes.
make you successful. Are you talking about going to the wholesale business or more of a retail, many hookah locations around the country?
Yes, many hookah locations around the country. So right now their problem is if they want buy online wholesale, they will not find it online. That's a big problem. You have to like literally call them.
What does that have to do with retail locations? I mean,
Retail-
that's where I'm getting a little confused. It's hard to do both. I mean,
No,
you
no,
can do
no.
both.
I'll explain to you. This is for
Right.
wholesale, but I need it online because it's much easier for them to get it. So a
So
lot
you're
of
talking wholesale, not retail?
Yes.
You don't want to be the Applebee's of
no,
right?
not the Applebee's of hookah bars. I want to provide for them the same
you want a
quality they're
wholesale.
getting. Yes, they're getting, but for the real prices that they should be getting, and at the same time provide what they really need for them to be provided, which means the discounts and everything that they truly need.
Right. How many of you here think that hookah bars are a thing of the future and that you would invest your own money in a hookah bar? Just by a show of hands. 1, 2. Go ahead, let's hear what you have to say. Go ahead, Gilbert.
I really didn't understand the whole concept, man. I see it's taking off. I've been to a couple and I've seen people enjoying themselves, but I can't really wrap my mind around why it's
Popular?
getting so popular.
I'll tell you why.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's more of a
Well,
hangout lounge.
there is 3
Share the
reasons.
pipe, maybe
Yeah.
you think you're smoking
Yeah.
something
No,
else.
there's 3 reasons why. First reason is it's a hangout. First reason it's a hangout. Second reason it's not the health issues that come with cigarettes does not come with a hookah. And with cigarettes you'll get addicted to it. Hookah you don't really get addicted to it. You can smoke and come back a year later or the next day.
Do they sell drinks, alcohol in these
Yes,
places?
yes. They
Okay,
sell
so-
drinks, they sell alcohol, they sell food. A lot of times it's a restaurant and a hookah
And then
lounge.
they sell you for whatever the piece that goes into the hookah? 'Cause I've
Yes,
never been in
yes.
one,
So
I'm
for
not
example,
sure.
if you buy a hookah,
Right.
it'll be apple flavored, and you'll and like for example, one regular because there's two types.
Right.
There's regular and special. The regular would be for example $7 a hookah pipe, and you can stay on it from an hour to 3 hours.
Okay, and there's water in the hookah
Yes,
pipe?
there's
Okay, so
water.
it's a water pipe.
Yeah, it's a water pipe. Yeah,
And sometimes they spike it with alcohol?
yeah. They spike it if you ask.
I see.
Whatever it
So it's
is.
really like you're going into the bar business in
Yeah.
a way. With
Not
the hookah
really.
being, or the bar's the sideline business. and the hookah is
Not all of
the
them.
real business.
Not
Like,
all
how
of
many
them.
people go like to a hookah bar to watch like ball games or
A lot.
sports on a Monday, Tuesday night? I mean, is it that kind of a business?
I got a question. So, do you want to own a business or you want to be a
No,
supplier?
a
of
supplier.
this? Or you
The
wanna
supplier.
be
I don't want to own a business. I want to be the supplier to these hookah lounges.
Oh, okay.
If there's only 4 suppliers, how do you think you're going to become a supplier? Would you have to go overseas yourself?
You can go overseas yourself, but you can actually ship those things to come to you.
But if you said they don't give good customer service as far as you need them to ship it to you and get things broken.
Yeah, it depends on how you get it.
They're the wholesalers.
Mhm.
So you're going to buy from the wholesaler?
No. I'm going to go, directly, forget the middleman, directly go get the stuff and sell it to those hookah lounge.
So how do you directly go whoever manufactures?
Whoever manufactures.
So you don't do that now?
No. What do you mean I don't, like, as in me, myself?
Yeah, like, why don't you skip the middleman and do it now and go straight to the...
That's what she's looking for.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to
So
do.
owner owns a place.
Yes.
He's not too excited about
Yeah.
it for whatever reason that may be. You know, maybe it's a more youth-oriented cultural product. But again, is this a growth business? Is this something that, you know, is going to be open all over the country?
Yeah.
Question. So you're saying you're going to be the new middleman from
Yes.
kitchen manufacturers?
Wherever
to
it is,
people
yes,
to here?
yes.
So who's the one that's causing all the customer service? People who are the middlemen now, you're saying?
Yes, the middleman
So if
now.
you were working directly with people from Egypt, you're
Yes.
saying that would make it easier for
Yes,
everyone?
it would definitely would, yes.
So that you could, seems like you could easily try this out. You
Yeah.
can buy some product, you go around to the existing hookah bars and sell them your product.
I already
and
did.
test and see how it does. I mean, and if it does well and you see you're building up the rapport, you know, with them and giving them their products cheaper or more available than anybody else, you should be able to build up your business and you should be able to prove your concept.
Yeah.
As you've learned today in the video, it's very important to prove the concept. You know, it's very difficult, like I said, reading, you know, your business plan and you know, you don't really have the time, but you had a lot of good ideas with celebrities coming in and using celebrity endorsements. Maybe somebody's the Snoop Dogg, that wants to be our partner, take a percentage of the action and be the spokesperson.
Yeah.
You know, because there must be trade shows that you go to, general merchandise shows. I mean, there's lots of pipe stores all over the village.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm sure that that you probably could pick up some good business.
But just so you know, those pipe stores, the ones that sell, actually do end up selling from the middleman, the one that I was telling you about. So even those stores that you see, I think there's a few on Steinway and in the village, they end up selling from the same people that I was speaking to you about. So, yeah. Yeah, whatever it is, whatever flavor it is, you just get it, and that's it.
So that's allowed, that's not considered smoking according to Bloomberg?
I'm sorry? I'm sorry?
It's not like pie.
No, it's not like pot. You have to be 18 years old just because that's New York State law. You're smoking something, so that's what it is. But it doesn't really have any health problem. Yeah.
What are the effects of it?
It does have health problems? It
They
does have
say
some
like
health issues?
smoking it for like a full hour is like a pack of cigarettes.
It depends on what type of tobacco you're using. So there's two types. There's that type, which is,
I heard they stopped selling it.
and they did stop selling that. And there is the herbal type, which is the type that I believe all hookah lounges right now are using because of the New York State law.
Right, so I mean, it sounds like there's some regulation,
Yeah,
legalities
yes.
and things like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, before you embark on this big topic, it sounds good, it's innovative, it's interesting. I think it's growing, according to your classmates, it's a growing industry and a growing business. So, you know, sounds like you should give it a shot, because you're very, very passionate.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very, very much.
Thank you, guys.